this video module, you will learn how to access and explore the 9th grade U.S. Studies 2 Cornerstone Task. To begin, we need to access the module where the Cornerstone Task is found. To do so, go to the wcpsmd.com website and click on the Employee Portal. From here, you will need to go to the Essential Curriculum icon and then scroll down to the High School section and choose the Social Studies modules. You will be taken to the Google Drive, which houses the Government, U.S. Studies, and the World History curriculum modules. Select the U.S. History folder, and then you will need to access the Module 2B, titled The Road to World War II and the Roots to the Cold War. You will be able to access the Cornerstone Task once you scroll down to Stage 2 of the module, and this section is titled Evidence. Here you will find 4 links that are all pertaining to the Cornerstone Task: the Rubric, the Cornerstone Task, which is a background page for students, the Cornerstone Task Student Resources, and then the Cornerstone Task Teacher Instructions. For the purpose of this video, we are going to use this link on Cornerstone Task Teacher Instructions to be able to access all components of the 9th grade Cornerstone Task. I will briefly walk you through this document and show you what parts you will need to focus on in the future. You have your transfer goal priority standards. It explains that this is a Cornerstone Task which is to be administered during marking period 3, the recommended time. The information I'm quickly scrolling over will be addressed in video modules later to come. And this is where you are getting into the Cornerstone Task itself and the information that students will be presented with. This page right here is the background page, which is given to students, and it just gives them a little bit of information about Japanese internment after the attack on Pearl Harbor. Then it briefly explains what their task is. They will be presented with a variety of primary sources, and they will need to analyze them and brainstorm and come up with a list of reasons why they believe Japanese Americans were interned after the Pearl Harbor attack. Once they've completed the brainstorm, they would have to identify what they believe was the primary motivation of the U.S. government to intern Japanese Americans during World War II, and then they will be able to explain and support with evidence why they believe that is the reason Japanese Americans were interned. If you continue to scroll through, you will see all of the documents that are used for this Cornerstone Task. There's a film, there are some primary source excerpts and journal articles, government documents, there are a total of 10 documents which students can use to brainstorm their list of reasons why they believe Japanese Americans were interned after the attack on Pearl Harbor. Like I said earlier, the 9th grade Cornerstone Task is to be administered during the 3rd marking period. It was designed to be used to assist in the teaching of the content on Japanese internment. It is imperative that you review the Cornerstone Task early in the school year and determine what other content your students will need prior to completing the task. Students should have opportunities throughout the school year to work on the skills which are assessed with this task. The task focuses primarily on the skills and not the product. While it is not specific in the task, students are permitted to create a variety of products in which to demonstrate their response to the assignment. They could produce a written statement, video, a presentation, a poster, etc. Please do not limit students on their final product choices. It is important to focus specifically on the skills assessed in the rubric. The rubric can also be found by going back up into the materials section of the teacher resource page, and you can review all components of the rubric which is used to score this Cornerstone task. There will be a video module which explains more in depth how to use and understand the Cornerstone Task rubric for the 9th grade. Please ensure that you take sufficient time to review the Cornerstone Task and the documents prior to the administration of it. It will be more meaningful, successful, and a more accurate measurement tool if time is spent preparing for it. A link to the title, If Then, is found on the teacher resource page. This document, right here, the If Then document, was put together to address specific concerns that you and your students may have in dealing with the standards that are addressed in the Cornerstone Task. This resource will help you to tackle any areas in which your students may struggle. If you have any questions about the nature of the Cornerstone Task, you should consult your department leader or your content specialist. I hope that this video introduction helped you to begin to explore the 9th grade U.S. Studies 2 Cornerstone Task.